My husband said I should be grateful for $20 spoons, so I gifted him $20 socks at Christmas. My husband told me I should be grateful because he was gifting me a $20 spoon set for Christmas, so I decided to match his effort exactly. We've been married almost 2 years, and we keep our money separate. He makes about $120K as a software engineer, and I make about $85K in marketing. We split bills, 60-40, and whatever is left is ours. This year we agreed on separate Christmas budgets too, so he'd buy for his people, and I'd buy for mine. Last Tuesday I was digging through his desk for our car insurance papers when I found a folder labeled Christmas 2024. I knew I shouldn't open it, but my hand did it anyway. Inside was a neat stack of receipts. $850 for new golf clubs for his buddy Mike, $400 for a whiskey set for his boss Steven, $320 for headphones for a coworker, $275 for something for his sister. I added it up on my phone, and it was over $3,200. The last receipt was from William Sonoma for a stainless steel spoon set, 5 pieces, $19.99. There was a yellow sticky note on it with my name in his handwriting. I sat there staring at the number because it wasn't even $20 after tax. I wasn't upset about spoons. I was upset that I was the smallest item on his list. I took photos of the receipts because I knew he'd try to argue about it later. I put the folder back, but all day my phone kept buzzing with work stuff, and I couldn't focus. By the time he got home, I had the folder on the counter and the total written on a sticky note. When he walked in, I asked him to explain it. He didn't look embarrassed. He looked annoyed. He asked why I was in his desk, like that was the real problem. He wouldn't even look at the receipts at first. He just kept talking about privacy and trust. I told him he spent thousands on other people and got me $19.99 spoons. He said it was practical because I'd complained our spoons were cheap and kept bending. Then he said he was listening, and I should be happy he remembered. I told him I also asked for pottery classes or concert tickets. He shrugged and said those were wants, but spoons were something I'd use every day. Then he said price doesn't matter, and a good wife appreciates the thought. My chest got tight when he said good wife. I asked if he was serious. He rolled his eyes and said I was taking it personally. I asked if I ranked below his golf buddy and his boss. He started listing reasons like he was pitching a project. He said Mike helped him with a promotion and Steven writes his reviews. He said those relationships matter, and I get him every day. I asked if that meant I deserve less. He said I'm different, and that should be enough. I reminded him I'd bought him $600 Air Jordans he'd been hunting for months. He said that was different because I chose to do that. He told me to drop it and not ruin Christmas. He laughed and said if I wanted something fancy I should buy it myself since we do separate budgets. I didn't yell back. I just nodded because I understood where I ranked. That night I barely slept, and the next morning he acted normal, like the fight never happened. I looked at the Jordans box and felt stupid, so I drove back to the boutique. They took the return without questions, and the refund hit my card. In the parking lot I booked myself a spa weekend 2 hours away with a massage and a facial, and it cost $580. Then I went to Walmart and bought him a plain 6-pack of white socks for $19.99. I left the price sticker right on it. Christmas morning we hosted his parents and his sister like we always do. After breakfast we sat in the living room and opened gifts in front of everyone. I handed him a box wrapped like it was something big, with a bright bow on top. He smiled and tore it open fast, then his face dropped when he saw the socks. The room got quiet. His mom looked confused, and his sister stared at the floor trying not to laugh. My husband's cheeks turned red, and he asked if I was serious. I kept my voice sweet and said the socks were practical, and he always says he needs socks. Then I repeated his own words and said, price shouldn't matter if the thought counts. His jaw tightened, and he asked where his shoes were. I told him I returned them, and I showed him the spa confirmation on my phone. I told him I got myself something practical instead. He stared at the screen, then down at the $19.99 sticker. I said I spent $580 on me and $19.99 on him, so we're even. His sister burst out laughing, and my husband sat there holding the socks with nothing to say. Now his family is saying I humiliated him. Was I really wrong?